Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Cover 2 podcast. As always, I'm host Lost Turner, and let's dive right into it. So yesterday, news broke that the NBA is finalizing their new 11-year, $76 billion deal with NBC, ESPN, and Amazon. Now, TNT, I think, has maybe 5 or 6 days. I know it's a little bit less than a week to match this offer, or else their partnership with the NBA will come to an end after next season. This deal will start in 2025-2026, but I wanted to talk about this because as much as we would hate to see inside the NBA go, which is it's a hit. It's been a fantastic show since it started with Shaq, Chuck, Ernie, and Kenny. It's entertaining. It's fun to watch. It's great to see those they're now TV personalities with being all-time great players such as Charles Barkley and Shaq. But it's not the end of the world. I do think there are a lot of things that are hopeful to look forward to. So let's assume this deal goes through and TNT does not match. We're gonna get NBA every single day nationally televised. Let's go through the week. Monday, it'll be on Peacock. Tuesday, NBC. Wednesday, ESPN. Thursday, Amazon. Friday, ESPN or Amazon. Saturday, ESPN or Amazon. And Sunday, NBC or ESPN. And I think that's fantastic due to the NBA needs more casual fans. And what do I mean by casual fans? Like, obviously, you're going to have your diehard fans that are going to root for their team and everything, regardless of, good, bad, or indifferent. I feel like the NBA has not done their younger or next generation justice by continuing to squeeze every ounce of juice out of the LeBron, Steph, KD era that's going on, and these players are still fantastic, but they're on the backside of their career when the NBA could be promoting players like Anthony Edwards, fantastic player, the breakout player of this whole postseason that just happened a couple months ago. Fantastic, and I think that they just need more eyes. And as awesome as TNT was, maybe seeing it, maybe broadcasting maybe a doubleheader once a week. You know, I think that having basketball every single day is such a W. Like, this is a win for basketball heads, and you don't need League Pass now to watch games every single day. Because there'd be damn near weeks. Maybe weeks is a little bit of a stretch, but where it would just be if you don't have League Pass or you're not watching your local team on your local, channel, you're SOL. And I think with getting basketball every day it's awesome, and I wish multiple leagues would do this. I mean, besides baseball, but baseball's not nationally televised every single day. You still have to have your MLB pass, or you're watching whatever local team wherever you reside. Um, a couple other notes that I have here that really open my eyes as to how big this is going to mean for not just networks, but for the NBA in itself. The salary cap's going to raise 10% annually. Why is that important? The salary cap, now it's not like the NFL where it's a hard cap where you cannot go a dollar over the salary cap. In the NBA, it's more of a soft cap, and then you can go into the luxury tax and the apron and the second apron, and then it just depends on how much your owner is willing to pay. Players can make up to $80 million by year 2030 per ESPN, and that's a lot of cheddar. That's a lot. Like, if you think NBA contracts are crazy now, ESPN also said that players could make, once again, this is just projections. This is just what I'm seeing on the internet and on Twitter, and it makes me interesting as to that players could make up to $100 million by mid 2030. And you think of players like, well, Wemby will probably be the first $100 million a year player, depending upon when he signs his deal. Because you look at a player like that, or a player like Luka, or a player like Ant, they're going to get paid out the ass. And they deserve it because they're fantastic and they're just going to continue to get better because they're so young. So I think that overall I think it's a great thing for the NBA to, if they finalize this deal and TNT doesn't match. But TNT, you're going to lose a big chunk of your audience due to just losing the NBA. Because I'm going to be honest, when I'm waiting for games on TNT, whenever I just scroll through TNT, it's, whenever I see, it's reruns of Marvel movies, Star Wars, or, any just blase rerun of a movie. And I'm not going to watch any of those. So, yeah, is it, oh, Lawson, you're just one viewer. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of handful of other people that would just stop watching TNT entirely. Because unless you're a baseball head and care about, the early rounds of the baseball postseason, you're not really on TNT. Most people follow, their sports. We want to know what channel is it on. We want to know how easy and accessible it is. And if it's just on TNT, fantastic. But it's only on not only on TNT due to ESPN and TNT having their joint partnership for the better part of the last handful of years. But with this new deal, I'm doing backflips because as much as it would suck to lose inside the NBA, and with next year being potentially their last year, it's gonna be sad because we've had so many awesome, hilarious moments from inside the NBA. And it's going to suck seeing them go, but all good things must come to an end. And I think even if that, assuming TNT doesn't match, because that's always up in the air for the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. If they match, cool. We're going to keep NBA on TNT and ESPN. But if the NBA, I said the NBA, if TNT doesn't and we get this new deal where we get basketball every single day that's not on League Pass, I think it's a massive W. And I don't understand as to how, I understand inside the NBA is awesome. I get it. But if it's a pros and cons thing, I think having basketball every day overshadows that, we're going to lose inside the NBA. Now, maybe TNT works out a smaller deal to get in on this jazz and they keep inside the NBA going. I don't know how. I don't see any way that TNT could jump on top of this deal because it's already being finalized. Maybe TNT works out something with one of the others, one of the 3 networks that is in on this new deal. I don't know. It'd suck because I'm 23. I don't know an NBA without inside the NBA. I don't. I can't remember. I wasn't even alive when Inside the NBA started. So it's gonna suck because it's a big part of watching Inside the NBA. And I'm sure a lot of other people my age that were like, we grew up watching basketball, and then for the next hour and a half hour to hour and a half after the game, you'd get good analysis, reviewing the highlights, previewing some of the storylines in between it, and getting hilarious moments from Chuck and Shaq bickering back and forth, and we love it. It's gonna be a sad day if, assuming TNT doesn't match, but it's a massive deal, and if TNT keeps it, good. If this deal finalized and TNT doesn't match, I think it's good, and it's not like oh my god, the sky is falling. Like, guys, it's gonna be okay. Starting after this next upcoming year, we're gonna have basketball every single day. So that's my take. Let me know your guys' thoughts, opinions, concern in the comment section below. Do you are you gonna like the new deal? do you like basketball every day on, Peacock, NBC, ESPN, Amazon Prime? Like, yes, it's more subscriptions, but we're getting it every single day, you know? And I think it's a good. And you know what? Bonus question. Let me know in the comments below. What's your favorite moment on Inside the NBA if it were to leave at the end of next season? I know mine is the ongoing Charles Barkley versus the women of San Antonio. That's been an ongoing joke for the better part of, 8-10 years now, if not longer. And I'm excited to let's not shed tears because it's leaving. Let's shed tears of joy because it happened. If you're gonna shed tears at all, and I know there's gonna be some people that do. Well, as always, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Cover 2 Podcast. For the Cover 2 Podcast, I'm Lawson Turner, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.